Hey everybody, how you doing? It's great to see you. It's been a while since I've done a YouTube video, and I want to do more this year with it. I got this pretty cool new little contraption this year, allow me to make some fun YouTube videos and make it real stable and such. So I thought I'd give it a try and see what kind of response I get from it. I like to kind of keep a focus on what I do in auto racing and the fun times I have with the sport of auto racing with it. For those who don't know, I've been involved with auto racing practically all my life. I went to my first race in 1981, scared like a little kid going my first time seeing cars wreck and everything, and got used to it, and so I got hooked onto it. In 1992, I was working in the concession stands at Madison International Speedway. I did that for a couple of years, and then 1994 I started helping out a friend of mine, Wayne Whitford. I was helping out his pit crew. And we won the track championship in 1996 at Madison National Speedway in the sportsman division, it was called, and today it's more like the limited late model division. No, I really didn't get my hands dirty, of course. I was more the guy who wrote the press releases for the team, and then took stats, took the wrote down the tire temps, the pressures, and tire sizes and all that stuff, and I had to do mostly like the paperwork stuff. So, okay, so people were thinking I was on a pit crew, what I do, that's what I did. In around 2000 or so, I got myself into working in the scoring tower at Madison and Jefferson, and I scored for a few years. I did the line scoring and all that, so I had that experience with it. And then in 2002, Jerry Filner, who was running Madison National Speedway at the time, gave me an opportunity to become the PR director for the track. And sadly, that year the track was kind of going through some financial difficulties, and we were able to make it through the year, and we were able to keep a real positive spin on it, kept the track open, kept the car counts going, and kept the fans coming in. And in at the end of the 2002 season, a gentleman by the name of Terry Kunis bought Madison National Speedway and hired Roy Kenseth to promote the track. I got in contact with Roy, and Roy hired me on his PR guy, and I did that till about 2000. I did it through 2003, and about 2004, 2005, I decided to move on from Madison. I went to work for Greg McCarnes at Rockford Speedway. I did that for a few years, and then around 2007, the ARCA Midwest Tour, back then it was called the ASA Midwest Tour, was looking for some PR help, and so I came on board. And in middle of 2007, I took over doing the PR duties for the ARCA Midwest Tour, and ASA Midwest Tour at that time, and it's later on turned into the ARCA Midwest Tour. And so I did that for a few years. And then in 2009, it was really cool. I got an opportunity to go work for ASA Racing full-time. Dennis Huth gave me a call and asked me if I was interested. And one of the big reasons why he wanted to bring me on board is because he was promoting and putting a race together in South Africa, which was a real cool experience to do. And I'll go more into that details later. And then after doing a few years of that with ASA in 2013, I left ASA to go and work for Bob Dillner at Speed 51, and that was a real fun experience. I really learned a lot from Bob, got to do some things I thought I'd never get to do in my life. In 2014, I went to 34 different tracks in 16 states and one Canadian province that year, covering about 70, 80 races, and that was a fun experience to do. And in 2015, I pretty much was I had to take a step back and take a different career path for personal reasons and such, and so I'm glad I did, because some of the things that have happened to me over the last year or so with my eye having 3 retina surgeries and stuff, worked out to be a blessing that I did not have a job that required traveling so much and stuff with it. But I was able to come back on board with the ARCA Midwest Tour, and also doing Oktoberfest for the last 10 years, and I was finally able to find a really cool place. So I thought I'd share with you today some fun stories I've had working in auto racing, and fun experiences I had with it. I think one of the more memorable experiences was going to South Africa in late January 2010. It was so cool just to go and go to another continent. I mean, I've never been pretty much out of the United States all my life. I may have gone to Canada a couple times, but never ever crossed the ocean to go onto another continent. And I was able to do that. And that was a fun, memorable 8 days experience, and not only going over just to do the travel and stuff, but to also see the racing, and also put on a race for the South African fans in the American Style Stock Car Race. And it's really cool to do it. I got links to the video down below if you want to check out some of highlights from that race there. It was really cool. But one of the greatest things I did was get to meet some really cool people, and then also had the opportunity to go on a safari and just see animals out in their natural environment, just out in the open. And I remember one cool thing of watching a bunch of zebras and things running all across the landscape and thinking to myself, the Circle of Life song from The Lion King, it was really cool from that standpoint. But that was one of the more memorable trips with it. Some of the biggest memories I got was working for Speed 51, covering some of the best short track drivers in the country. And it's really cool today that some of these young short track drivers that I covered a few years ago are now becoming names for themselves in the top 3 series, the Trucks, Cups, and Xfinity series. And watching drivers like William Byron, Eric Jones, Noah Gragson, and Spencer Davis, and knowing these guys, Chase Elliott, watching these guys, kind of watch them come out through super late model ranks and watch what they're doing today. That's really cool to sit there and be at work and have the race on TV and telling my fellow employees that, hey, I know this person, or there's Cody Coughlin. I used to do PR for Cody Coughlin, and they're kind of saying, "Are you serious?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it was a really cool deal to do all that stuff." One thing that Bob did for me was not only just to teach me about some of the inner workings of how the sport works and things like that, because he has a great knowledge of it, but just getting me in contact with some people that I've got to know and become friends with over the years with it, and that was some really cool stuff to do with it. Meeting Richard Petty was just an incredible experience to have one-on-one time with him and such with it. That's something I'll never forget. And just going to some of these tracks like Phoenix and Charlotte, and just working in the media at these big events in Chicagoland. It's stuff that I think you always dream about growing up. I never thought you would ever do it yourself someday. So that part was really cool for me. And I still think about today. I still look back at pictures, and I'm so grateful for all the people that have come into my life through racing, and people who I meet today that have really fulfilled my dreams and made things happen and continue to make things happen today. And today I find myself in that position with meeting some of the younger PR people that want to come in the sport and mentoring them and having them watch their eyes get wide when they get to meet somebody or to get to interview somebody and such with it. And I kind of enjoy that experience, and I think it's really cool that I get to be on the other side now where I can kind of help these people out and such with it. I think one of the things that's so neat about short track racing is the fact that there's a family atmosphere. And I think that was really closely shared this year when a lot of people came together when we lost Mike Lemke, our tech director for the Midwest Tour, and how close the racing family was when we lost a good guy like him. And I still miss him today. There's times when I have tech questions and such, I want to call up Lumpy and ask him, and I know I can't call to because if you won't answer, give me a smart-ass remark or anything like that. And I think that's what's really cool. Racing season's coming up in a couple weeks, starting out with the Joe Shear Classic at Master National Speedway. I'm looking forward to getting back there, meeting some new drivers, getting to see some old friends, and covering the sport that I love and trying to cover it in a manner that people would enjoy seeing the race perspective from, and get to just really enjoy life with it, and find pure entertainment with it. Yeah, we're gonna have just stressful days and such with that, but in all, this is about fun. This is about getting together and having a great time, and just enjoying the whole environment together with it, and putting on a really good race for the fans. So I hope you all get the chance to come out there. You see me at the track this summer, or you see me with my little iPhone thing with a cute little handle on it, say hi to me, talk to me and stuff. But maybe this year I'll be fun to do some YouTube videos at the races and talk to some drivers and kind of give you my perspective of things that I see throughout a race day and such with it. So hope you enjoyed the pictures that were popping up and down in this video, and look forward to another great racing season. Now, if we just get this bad weather out of the way and start letting us have some spring, 60-70 degree weather it's not hard to ask for, is it? Take care, and I'll see you at the track. See you at Master International Speedway on May 6th, the Joe Shear Classic. Come and see it in person. It's much more fun than watching it online.